Yesterday, we went over those bigger time frames being the daily and the weekly chart, suggesting to really keep an eye on the daily MACD, but we can keep an eye a little bit closer by going into the shorter time frames. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get you those weekly expected moves, daily expected moves for Monday. And we're going to get into the 2 hour and 30-minute chart to see how this market could behave and what signals to really watch for in the coming week. As of right now, it looks like we are trying to break to the upside, but honestly, watching this 2 hour chart is going to be very important. And we're going to start off with volatility. That way, we can have a good idea of any kind of tricky signal going on over there, if there even is one. I think it is very good to look at volatility first. So let's start off with that. And the other reason I wanted to start off with volatility is because it is pretty darn simple. We see that we have some confirmations with the price action and the RSI, price action actually being a reading for the VIX. Now we can come down and test levels at least like 1504, if not see some kind of major squeeze if the market really wants to. It depends on how the bulls step up. And if we can hold this bounce that we're getting, we can end up down towards 1212 at some point. It just depends on what's going to go on over the next few weeks. So paying attention to the 2 hour chart is going to be critical here. Do we see any kind of signal that suggests that there can be some kind of rip away, some kind of massive crash or anything like that? And as of right now, I don't necessarily think that the 2 hour chart is within range to really be that fearful of it. Obviously, if this is curling up, then the market might be dipping down in some way, but you're going to have to see a massive squeeze from volatility to really suggest that the correction is the most likely thing on the table right here, right now. Instead, the bulls actually caused the squeeze to happen, which took that kind of away for a moment. So we will be watching this. In order to really get back to correction is on the table, we will need to confirm the 2 hour chart up and go positive. And since there is a pretty good amount of distance here, you see that we could see a complete pullback on Monday, which we do have that 85% probability for a down day for the SPY on Monday. So this would make total sense if we want to get up by that center line. But if we reject down into negative territory, then we most likely are continuing some kind of squeeze. That means that if we see some kind of bounce like this that just crosses up and fails at that center line, well, we might reject off of the 5 day moving average and curl to the downside to get to 1504. And that will continue the squeeze signals to the upside. We'll pay attention to 1504 for any kind of trap. Now, do we see any hints from the shorter time frame, being the 30-minute chart, that the 2 hour can reverse around on Monday? And you do see this is formed and not confirmed going into the weekend. Maybe this does shake you out in some way. I totally get it. But if this is able to curl up on Monday, maybe even before hours, because this does open at 2 a.m. Central Time, then if this is able to curl up, it is suggesting that we can see some type of 2 hour move. So really watching here, does the 2 hour squeeze through? We see a huge wave of volatility and get a big surprise. That's going to be lower probability, but it is still something to have on your radar. The more probable thing here is you get some reaction from the 2 hour chart. You start to see almost like a left head and right shoulder that could have been, and that seems to be the most probable, which tells us that volatility is not showing anything here that necessarily points to we're going to see major disruption right now. In fact, this is more so saying that we have more squeezability left in the tank as long as the buyers keep showing up. So we need to give you those critical levels. If we do get a pullback on Monday with some kind of 2 hour bounce from volatility, where do I need to pay attention? We're going to give you those levels that are based on the options data here right now. Let's read off some of those levels, right? Let's read off some of those levels being 757.42 to the upside for the weekly expected move. And we do have 736.64. Remember, this is a 68% zone here, and 32% of the time you'll land outside of it. At the same time, 75% of the time you will tag one side each and every week. You have those good probabilities. That's what has stacked up for this. So I wanted you to be aware of it. These are calculated using options data. This is hard data. These are not lines that I'm making up myself. I do a hard calculation to make a standard deviation of 1, which gives us the 68% zone using the implied volatility from the options data. So this is what is expected for the week ahead for the market, which means they're not necessarily expecting some kind of massive crash. That's what we suggested when we just looked at volatility. Do we have a signal that says that this type of move is very probable? As of right now, you'd kind of have to say no. Even if the 2 hour chart wanted to cross down, it's very likely to come down into these areas. And as we were able to go positive in some fashion, yeah, if that goes negative, you always treat it like it has a shot to do something crazy. But I'm going to do my homework if it crosses down and ends up at that weekly move, because that could be a good level for some kind of higher low. That could be a good level for some kind of left, head, and right shoulder that could have been. Just like we drew up on the opposite direction on volatility, this could be something to be aware of. Now, since volatility does open up before the market does, that 2 hour can see a reaction before this here 2 hour on the SPY curls down. So I do think that looking at the 30-minute chart and paying attention to daily expected moves will benefit you. This right here, 750.32 to the upside, 743.74 for Monday to the downside. This is your 68% zone for Monday. It is a very small amount of implied volatility, which usually likes to be some kind of pullback at most of the time. We notice that the 30-minute chart is well positive here, very, very positive. So in order for this to really go negative, you're going to have to slam to the downside or come up here and create some kind of lower high of some sort. It is very much so more likely that we just kind of see a dry run kind of day as the market's not expecting much. You get down by that center line, you curl up, you have a 30-minute higher low. If I make that 30-minute higher low, there is the opportunity to go all the way up to the weekly expected move. Remember that we pointed out 75% of the time you tag one side. So if you see a signal that's pointing directly towards one of these levels, it can be a great target, and the market can be that simple for the week ahead. So let's go over into the cues. Cues we have to go into a little bit deeper, but I'm going to do it backwards because people's brains work differently, and sometimes keeping it fresh like this is fun for me. So we'll do it a little bit backwards here. Remember, these are your 68% daily expected zone, and this is the weekly zone right here. So weekly will always be in purple, the red will always be the daily, and you guys already got the monthly expected moves. If you did not get the monthly expected moves, you need to go over to the previous video and get those on your chart for August. They are displayed in that video multiple times and even read off to you. So if you'd like those, click over there. If you want the rest of the monthly expected moves and weekly expected moves right over here on the right side of your screen, we do put those out on Patreon. The link is in the description. It's only $7 to join. But let's get back to the cues here on the 30-minute chart. What do we notice right away? We see 693.92 to the upside, 682.06 to the downside. So once again, small range for the cues as well. They've had some massive ranges lately, so it's interesting to see a small range, but this is while the MACD is extremely positive. So the most probable thing for Monday would be just we trail down to here, we test this 5-day as it comes across, then we dink off that level and we curl to the upside. A 30-minute pullback that takes you to the center line can be a potential opportunity to curl up and maybe even head all the way up to 707.03. So that's very, very simple for the 30-minute chart. In order to break down, you would have to see a massive wave of selling that most likely takes you below that 5-day moving average that then rejects and continues to the downside if you want to see some kind of crash type moment or something like that. And that is lower probability at this point, but it can happen. So it's good to have on your radar. Why can it happen and why do we want to discuss that more so with the cues? Well, the cues here are right by the center line, right? So if the cues are able to curl down on this MACD, it's not a question of, hey, we're a little bit positive. Can we pull back? Can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah, we watch for pullbacks because we have that 668.95 to the downside to watch for. We'll watch for this and we'll see if we carve out some kind of wonky 2-hour higher low if this takes place. But for the moment, we would say we are in negative territory. So if the 2-hour is crossing down over in these areas, it would say we are going to test into the low or potentially even go make a new one. So we want to consider that if the 2-hour crosses down, that the cues look a little bit risky. We'll watch for divergences. We'll watch for higher low, but this will be a risky signal while it is confirmed. It's good to have that on your radar. If the 30-minute can successfully carve out that higher low, though, the 2-hour can extend into positive territory. You get some more squeezability out of this with some buyers. You can head all the way up in the other direction. So by simply watching that 30-minute on Monday, I may be able to make some great educated decisions. So let's go see what IWM is saying over there. We are going to go over just a couple other signals at the end of this video on the shorter time frame for the SPY and potential. I think it's just the SPY at this point, but we do see here for the 2-hour chart for IWM, we see right away if that would cross down, that would be a risky business. You're just confirming straight down into negative territory. We see it. And that's great. If you want weekly moves, join the Patreon down in the description. And I thank you so much for subscribing if you are new here. 292, 93 to the upside, 289.47 to the downside. 2 hours pretty simple here. Can we just keep squeezing? Can we squeeze through? We need to see the 2 hour continue for IWM, because the daily chart wants to curl up by the center line, right? We see that it's by the center line. If that's able to curl up, test these highs up in here, or potentially go make a new one. So we will be watching for that. The problem is the 2 hour is not necessarily in a spot that's really beneficial for a trade. So I do believe IWM out of the three is the most complex, but maybe looking at the 30-minute that can change. Oh, well, we did see that big wave of selling come in here on Friday. So the 31st, and we noticed that that was able to confirm down in negative territory. But notice we take out the stops and then we cut it short and we take a curl up by the center line, trying to form this as some kind of wonky higher low or something like that. This is the most complex out of the three indices. If the 30-minute rolls early on in the week, well, you would be looking to that 289.47 for Monday, but it would suggest we can test down in these levels or potentially go test a little bit deeper, maybe even making a new low. So what you'd really like for IWM early on in the week is to hold price up in some fashion so that can go positive. That would make it very simple. That would say, hey, if we can hold up at these levels, then I'm fine with a 30-minute pulling back because the MACD will be in positive territory, and I can look for that potential opportunity. IWM here, though, looks a little bit more complex. I think we need to pop over to the SPY to just talk about a couple of those signals on the 2 hour chart to discuss how much the momentum could shift here if we confirm that daily chart to the upside. So we already know for the SPY, we're really looking, can that 2 hour continue to squeeze to the upside, or is it going to need to pull back, to grab some buyers first, or is it going to completely fall flat? Well, a lot of that can be dictated from this 30-minute chart here being positive. If we see that pullback with an 85% probability on Monday and curl to the upside, it's very likely that we can squeeze up to 757.42, which is our weekly expected move. But the 2 hour chart is very interesting here, and I wanted just to bring up these signals for a moment, these points between these two lows right in here, mark those off, and as we pull up the MACD, we go, well, there is kind of a flatness or even not divergence, but it is rather flat if you had to say so. But what's interesting here is you do actually have the reversal signal on the RSI. You do have the plain and simple divergence right here on the RSI, suggesting that this move can save the market. This move can push the market to a new all-time high. So watching these areas early on in the week to see if that 2 hour is rolling, but also if we extend, I would highly, highly anticipate that this market will try to continue to new all-time highs, even if we tag the weekly expected move and don't get one this week. So I hope that this video is overall helpful to you. We have some material down in the description. If anything in this video confused you, if anything here that you kind of like, but you want to learn more in depth, or if you just want things cut and dry on maybe 3 to 5 reasons why I take a trade, I teach all those things in the full technical analysis course. It is currently 80% off, and that goes away at the end of August. So you have the last bit of time here. We had it up all summer long. This is going to be your last chance to get that for just $200. So I hope you guys consider clicking on that, see if it is right for you. I'll make sure to, throughout a couple of sessions, a couple of videos here and there, to show off that curriculum, but in a few videos in the past we have. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.